First, you want to go on add, press image, add reference, go to your downloads or whatever you hold your picture in and add your reference. Now you want to set your rotation X to 90, Y to 0, Z to 0. Now you want to go on File, Import, OBJ, and then put your file for Roblox. Now right click, set origin to 3D cursor, right click again, set origin, geometry to origin. Now you want to scale this down and then line it up right here. You might want to move it forward a little bit by pressing G and Y so it doesn't clip to the picture while you're working with the reference. Now, if sometimes you see right here how it doesn't line up with the bumper, you can just move it a little bit off to the side, and that's fixed. But you see how like sometimes like this part right here doesn't really line up. That doesn't really matter because right now, since it fits on the car, you can just work with what's down here. So you wanna go in here, press tab. If everything's not selected, press A to select everything. Right click, merge vertices by distance. Now you wanna turn on X-ray mode over here. Delete half of it. Now you wanna put a mirror modifier. If it's not in the middle, like if it's not mirroring properly, just press Control A. Like get out of edit mode first, Control A, and then press all transforms. And now you want to make sure that this merges properly, so you want to move this a little bit off to the side by pressing G and X. You want to make sure you're in X-ray and selecting only these vertices at the end, and then you want to drag the merge bar a little forward till it merges. Now you want to press this to get off face select, right click, trace to quads. And now you want to select all of this, the stuff that you don't need anymore. Now you gotta go over here and select all of this. And I'll delete it. You want to keep the wheel part over here because we want to keep the work that's already done for us, the stuff that already fits in the car. So I want to go on here, select parts that haven't been merged yet, like this, and press F. Then if you have two triangles, right click and press dissolve. Now you want to go in front view, select all of this. Now press 3 to go on the side view. You want to turn this on and set the snapping to vertex. You want to press E to extrude and press Z. So you see how this like curves are on here, right? You don't want that. So you want to press S, Z, 0, so now it's flat. Now it's not connected to it's not snapped on the same height as this vertex here. So you want to press G and Z, make sure that it's snapped there. And now you do the same for these two over here. If it goes over where the wheel is, you can just simply press G twice and like slide it into place. Now you want to fill this, and you fill this, and now you have a good base to start working. But you see you have a bunch of shading errors here, right? You're gonna put a weighted normal, and now you don't have the shading error anymore. Sometimes this wheel well part it has a shading error, so you want to just right click and mark sharp. Make sure that you have this turned on to keep your sharp parts. Now you go back to your front view. Now we're gonna work on this. So you want to extrude again. So you see now, if this doesn't line up, press Ctrl R to add a loop cut, and add another loop cut. And now you want to press G twice to line this all up. You're gonna go on face select and delete this. Now you want to do this again, but for this other part. So now I have this part over here finished. If you see that it's not smooth enough, like you see how these parts are really sharp, right? You can add another modifier and add a subdivision, and now that's smoother. Then, so you see how like the VN Sports kits, they always have this part flaring out. You can just press S to flare it out. And now you see how this is not aligned, right? You press G and X, and you align it with the middle vertex there. You want to do the same over here. If you think the flare is not enough, you can add more. Or since I think it's not enough in the front, I can just add more like this by pressing S and Y. Now over here, you wanna, since we have a subdivision, you wouldn't need to do this if you don't have a subdivision, but we have a subdivision over here. So we wanna extrude on the Y axis by pressing E and Y. So now you see how it's also moving this back, right? You can either, a solution to this would be by like right over here. Usually there's no menu here, but you want to go right over here and drag the menu out right here. You see this little arrow over here? Yeah, drag it out. And now you can either do a mean crease and then right click mark sharp, or another way to do it, which is my preferred way, is to do a bevel. Go, like once you have all this selected, Control B, do a bevel. You can use your scroll wheel to choose how many bevels you want, but I want 3, so that's how much I put. You want to make sure you have both of these selected when you're going to go do the bevel. And this is how it should look. And then, you see how like there's like this little line over here to show how like, you know, where the flare starts, right? You can you can move this up a bit, like by doing a Control R loop cut. If you see that this doesn't align, you can just press G twice to make it align. And now you want to do another bevel. A little small bevel over here. If you think a part should be sharp, like you see how that part's sharp, right? And this part's rounded, you can just go over here and do a mean crease and then mark sharp. Sometimes you get a shading error like this, so you might want to mean crease the sides around there as well. And this is how you make your own custom body kits.